This is the Transformers Legacy Evolution Commander Class Armada Optimus Prime. And the figure looks absolutely stunning. I absolutely love how this figure turned out. It is a great homage to the original 2001 Armada Optimus Prime, but done in the Generation style with all the improvements, accoutrements, and a lot of these new features that make this figure the superior version of Armada Optimus Prime. Let's take a closer look at the details of this figure. So the smaller Optimus Prime robot stands at about 17 centimeters tall, head to toe, or about 6 3/4 inches tall. And for comparisons, here he is with the original Transformers Armada Optimus Prime. We've got the deluxe class version, as well as the base con or leader class, commander class version of the small robot Optimus Prime. And here he is with other Optimus Prime figures from the Generations line. We've got the Kingdom Earthrise Optimus Prime, Tenseg Optimus Prime, Laser Optimus Prime, and the Siege Optimus Prime. So the figure comes with his trailer, which will turn into the lower half of the Super Robot. And of course, it'll have a base mode, which I'm not really quite fond of, but we'll set that trailer off to the side. The smaller robot Optimus Prime is about the size of a Voyager class, as you've seen in the comparison. He comes with his blaster. And if you want a comparison between this one and the original blaster, there you go. You can see similarities and differences. And then this one, you can put a blast effect there, obviously. The figure also comes with these removable smokestacks, or they form like gauntlet blasters. But in this case, it's no longer the clear plastic. It's done in this gray plastic painted silver, which is nice. I'm not a big fan of the clear plastic, actually. You get a terrific looking Optimus Prime Armada head sculpt. Beautiful Optimus Prime head sculpt right there. You got a lot of silver paint on the chest. And if you open up the chest, it will reveal the matrix of leadership. I don't think this thing's removable. I've tried. It's fine. It's really nice. It's a clear plastic right there for the center of the matrix and painted gold. It's not gold plastic. They just painted it metallic gold. Very nice. Close that up. The figure itself is made of this really nice quality red, blue, and gray plastic. You've got riveted wheels. You've got really nice sculpting all over the robot. And what they've changed is the entire section right here. Instead of just being a fixed piece, they've actually molded it to be hinged skirt pieces. And this will allow you a freer motion and articulation for the legs. The drawback with this transformation is this figure will not have a waist swivel. So articulation for the figure, the head is on a ball joint. The shoulders can go in and out, forward, backward, 360. You got a bicep swivel, hinge elbow, another hinge right here because of transformation. The fists, they have rotation. The hips, you do the splits. If you open up the skirts, and then you do forward, backward, you got a thigh swivel, ratcheting hinge knees. Lots of ratchet joints right here. You got the ankle tilt, a little bit of a toe, foot, up and down motion. So all in all, I am very, very impressed, very, very pleased with this small Optimus Prime robot, the smaller between the two. Now, to transform him into his semi-cab truck mode, it's very similar to the original Armada figure. So you gotta join the legs together, open up this flap right here, go ahead and fold the toes up, lock those toes back in place. The wheels are gonna spin and tab onto the thighs. The arms are gonna fold up like this. Then you are going to raise the shoulders, much like the original toy did. Just make sure you don't hit the horns. They clear the horns of Optimus Prime, make him look a little bit upwards, just so that the horns avoid the shoulders. And then the fists or the arms, they're gonna tab in onto the body. The chest, including the matrix, they're gonna fold up like this. Interesting, there's more detail right here. Fold up, tab, and then tab. And then the headlamps, lower part of the bumper, close that in. And then finally this piece slides back, and there you go. There is the truck or semi-cab of Optimus Prime. And obviously you're gonna put the trailer on the hitch and form the completed cab and trailer of Armada Optimus Prime. And it looks terrific. I love it. I love the beefiness. I love just the sheer mass and just solidness of this truck mode. It still retains the aesthetic of Armada, yet at the same time there's that solidness, Generations feel to it. And to compare both cab modes, here's the original Armada figure, and here's the Legacy Evolution figure. He's a little lowered. This one is a little higher. I don't know, very similar, but this one feels like the suspension is up. And it feels like a more off-road truck than this one. This one feels like a lowered, you know, tricked out truck. Yeah. And if you want to compare the trailers, here's the old Armada trailer now with the newer version. The design is still very similar, but there's just less going on. There's less noise and less kibble with this new trailer, and I actually like it. I like it that it's smoother, it's more streamlined, although the original trailer was just huge. And comparing both trucks with the trailer, you can see how massive the original toy was, and this newer version, slightly smaller and lowered. Yeah, you get pretty much very similar aesthetic, but a much smaller version, more compact, I think more streamlined version of the old Armada truck mode. Old Armada truck mode kind of reminds me of like a battle base, like you know, if you watch that old cartoon called Mask, Mobile Armored Strike Command, kind of feels like one of those vehicles. Well, this one's really a Generations figure. You see how solid it is. There's not a lot of things going on. Unlike this one, there's just tons of kibble everywhere. So yeah, although this one's like so massive, I kind of prefer the newer version. And now to transform him into a super mode or combined mode, now this is a legit Evo Fusion. I think Hasbro finally got it right. Okay, so untab everything. I'm gonna untab these pieces right here. Just get them out of the way. So open this up, untab here, underneath, you know, fold rocket launchers. Okay, this piece loves to pop off. It's just the nature of the design. It's really just a peg that you plug in. So don't worry too much about that. Just, you know, get it out of the way. Okay, so you can already see right here, this is going to form the crotch piece or the waist piece. Rotate that, and this is the part where the smaller robot will combine right there. So just look at the lay of the land. These are going to be the legs. Okay, so these pieces right here, you want to go ahead and fold them inwards. You know, pop up the toes. The heel spurs are going to stay back. Same thing on the other side. You want to go ahead and fold those in. Heel spurs are going to pop out. Toes are going to pop out. Okay, there we go. This one, squeeze that, tab in. Okay. And then the tank treads, they're gonna move up, rotate, and then these are gonna fold up, okay? And then they're going to just stay right there. And then you want to rotate this whole waist section right here. The crotch piece is gonna form the front part of like the skirts. These are gonna form the side skirts. These are just gonna stay up like that and form like a coffee table. He has like a huge coffee table on his back. All right, and it's ready to be combined to the smaller robot. Okay, let's transform this guy. So I'll fold this down, You're gonna open up the headlamps, move them off to the sides, okay? And then this piece right here is gonna fold back, stay right there, and this is where these things are gonna combine onto, okay? Then what you wanna do is you wanna just untab these pieces right here. Just get them out of the way, fold them back like this. You wanna split the legs, fold them up like this. Then they are going to ratchet down. You're gonna fold back these front parts of the truck, and the smaller arms are just gonna stay right there, and tab onto the what would be the torso or hips of the smaller robot. Okay, you can see right here the bigger head. You're gonna fold that out. Okay, fold out the horns. Am I glad these are just regular plastic painted gold, because the original Armada figure of my buddy Robert, I had broken both horns just by fiddling with it, because the made of gold plastic. It's the old gold plastic. So go ahead and transform the legs as though you would transform the smaller robot, but then rotate like this. Open up this flap right here, same here. And then you want to rotate the foot to reveal the fist. In the fist, you have these articulated fingers, and you're ready to combine. Now, combination is a little tricky, I'll tell you that. So this piece right here is going to stay horizontal, and you're going to slot it right here. Now, that's the tricky bit. So if you want to do that first. You can do that last. You can combine it first and do that, but I found it's easier if you just slide it in first. Okay, so if we can just do that. Okay, slide it in, and then tab these pieces right here on those slots where I mentioned earlier. Okay, and then this piece is just gonna fold up like that. And now these pieces, this piece right here, that's made of the cheapo plastic, but pretty solid. You're gonna fold it and then tab it onto the shoulders. There goes the backpack, I told you. This thing just loves to pop off. And this thing, fold, fold, fold. That is the combine mode. And his gun, he can hold his gun. And there you go. There is the Super Lynx Armada Legacy Evolution Optimus Prime. Man, huge backpack. But somehow it doesn't bug me as much. All the parts, there's just nowhere else to put them but on his back. So, okay. I mean, the original toy had this huge thing hanging on his back as well, so I guess it's fine. So yeah, very cool. You got a really nice updated head sculpt right here. Still has the same aesthetic, but smaller horns. Get the gun. And as far as articulation goes, I think this has more articulation than the smaller robot. The neck is on a ball joint. Shoulders ratchet in and out, ratchet forward and backward. You got a bicep swivel. You got a ratcheting hinge elbow. The fists can swivel. And as I mentioned, the fingers can go in and out. The waist is actually on a swivel. You just have to lift up the skirts. Because of transformation, it's on a swivel. Hips, you can do the splits. Ratchet forward and backward. You got a thigh swivel. Ratcheting hinge knee. Feet can have the rocker tilt. A little bit of toe articulation because of transformation. And I think that's the big thing about this new combined mode in the Legacy Line Generations format. You get articulation on the legs. And that was not present in the original Armada toy. And I think there's more playability with that. So the colors are great. The plastic is absolutely fantastic. I was expecting a lot of soft pieces, but just like Metroplex. But this one, a lot more solid pieces, like 95% solid, except for a few soft pieces like this one. But even if it's a soft piece like this one, it's still pretty solid. So in terms of quality issues or quality of plastic, we're all good. I have nothing to complain too much about. Head to toe, the Evo Fusion Super Lynx mode of this Armada Optimus Prime stands at about 26 centimeters tall, or about 10 and 3/8 inches tall. And here he is side by side, the original Transformers Armada Super Lynx Optimus Prime in combined mode. It's a much smaller version, just like in truck mode, but it's a more compact, it's more streamlined, it's more solid, more articulated, better details in my opinion, and less kibble than the original version. The original version obviously was basically a brick. You couldn't really play with it. It was just a really nice display piece. Whereas this new Legacy Evolution version, there's a ton of playability, even in combined mode. You got articulated legs. You got a more compact, more compressed backpack than the original. And I think the combination is just a lot more solid with this new version. And if you wanted to see a comparison with other Commander class figures from the Legacy line or Generations line, here we have Commander class Jetfire, as well as Motormaster combined as Menasor. And yes, figures seem to be shrinking with each new series, but I think the engineering is improving. We're getting a lot more stylized sculpts and engineering. So, despite seemingly becoming less and being reduced to a smaller size, I think we're getting more with these new figures. The trailer does reconfigure into some form of battle station or base mode. This is my own mod, and this is my own configuration of how I wanted the trailer base to look like. It kind of reminds me of the G.I. Joe, the old G.I. Joe base, with a little bit of some Metroplex vibe going on, or Fort Max going on. But it's really, the inspiration comes from the G.I. Joe base. So you got the cannons right here, you got some platforms here, and I'm sure you can put a ton of Battlmasters, or if you still have your old Minicons, I'm sure they're going to fit right here very nicely. It's a very solid trailer, and you can do several configurations if you wanted to. And so some final thoughts on this Legacy Evolution Armada Optimus Prime. I am completely blown away by this figure. I think it's a great tribute and homage to the original Armada Optimus Prime, while at the same time adding its own flair of generation style, updated look, a more solid, more compressed transformation engineering, more solid figure overall. I love the colors. I love the throwback design to the original robot, to the original Optimus Prime. It really feels like this is a celebration of that Armada Optimus Prime figure, and I do hope we get to see more Armada figures done in the Generations format. This figure is going to get a 10 out of 10. Absolutely amazing. The plastic quality is superb. You get all the details, you get all the bells and whistles for this figure. It is probably the ultimate Armada Optimus Prime, in my opinion. You could always go and opt to buy the old 2001 figure, but it's so price restrictive right now. It's literally impossible to get one. Mint in box is like, what, I don't know, $500 or something like that. I think if you're a big fan of the old Transformers Armada show and the toys, you're going to want to pick this one up. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this Transformers Legacy Evolution Commander Class Armada Optimus Prime. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.